Two lives, a half a world away, and one unforgettable journey. Josh and Rachel Brown share how God shaped who they are and brought them together. If you're enjoying Table Talk, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Remember to click that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest posts. Well, Proverbs 20:24 tells us that a person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way? Well, you see, sometimes God is directing our lives and we cannot perceive where it's going until He reveals it to us. This was the case for today's guest. They were on an unexpected journey that took them around the world, but love and purpose was their real destination, and they're here to tell us more about that. You're going to love this. But first, joining around the table is Cindy Johnston. You know these people.
I do know these people. I think you do, too.
I think I do, too, and they have a story.
They do.
People have been asking for the ladies of the table's story.
Yes.
So we're going to do that today, Anna Kendall.
I love it, and we had the honor of doing your premarital counseling. So
Yeah, don't give it away, Anna.
I won't. I'm just going to say it's been a great 7 years, hasn't it?
Okay, Dorothy Newton, how are you?
I love this couple, and I love that they're in the hot seat because I have some questions for them.
Okay, they better get ready. Cindy Murdoch, how are you?
I'm great. This is a really great love story.
Yeah.
It is.
So I think people are
It's
really
one we
gonna
pray
enjoy.
for.
Yeah.
And who am I talking about? I'm talking about my beautiful daughter, Rachel Lamb Brown, and my handsome son-in-law, Joshua Brown from Australia. Y'all are going to love just hearing him talk, so just stay right there.
True.
Tell their story. Well, their journey started half a world away from each other, yet little did they know all that God had in store. And Josh and Rachel are here to share more about that. So let's just talk a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit from my perspective as the mother.
Okay.
The mother's perspective.
The mother's perspective, and my late husband, who was with Jesus, who prayed. He and I prayed for this girl sitting here many, many nights from the time she was a little girl, that God would bring the person, it's going to make me cry, into her life.
Yes,
the right
man.
person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And He did. So tell us a little bit about, I didn't expect that emotion to come out. Tell us a little bit about Rachel, Josh coming into your life, and then we'll get into some of his story.
Oh man, where do we even start?
Ladies first.
Where do we begin?
When did he come in? I remember hearing that Australian voice around my house.
If I knew I was on speakerphone, Joni, I probably would have spoken a lot less.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Josh was a part of Planet Shakers at the time, and
Still am.
and still is.
And Planet Shakers is what, for people who don't know?
You want to tell him?
Planet Shakers is a ministry in Australia. It's a church, a conference, and music, so praise and worship.
And
Yeah.
so this is a praise and worship band group that you were a part of.
Yes.
Because you're a
Travels the
keyboard
world.
player.
Yes.
Anointed keyboard player. Now he does a bunch of stuff here with us and our music. But okay,
Yeah. So he was accompanying Pastor Russell, who heads up Planet Shakers, on his book tour.
Yeah.
And they were traveling all across the United States, going to different places. And I think you guys were in LA the night before and up really late, and you came to Daystar that next day. And I remember Pastor Russell was on the show with you and Dad.
Yeah.
And Josh was sitting on the little couches where guests normally sit. And I walked over to him and I said, "Hey, are you Pastor Russell's assistant? Are you the person that I should send the photos to today from the show?"
And then this is where I had to apologize to God. I said, "God, I'm about to lie, but forgive me." And I said, "Yes, I'm his assistant, and you can send the pictures straight to me." So she said, "All right, let's swap emails and phone numbers so I can get it to her." And I was like, "God, this is incredible. This is all my dreams come true. I mean, who is this girl, and what is she doing here?" I mean, Joni, seriously, the first thing that went through my mind when I saw Rachel was, "Whoa, you're like the most beautiful girl I've seen. What are you doing here?"
Aw,
Wow.
you're really sweet.
And then you found out she was my daughter.
That was after the show, yes.
After the show.
So when we were talking and exchanging conversation, I had this cross ring. It was this diamond cross ring, and he looks down and he's like, "Man, I really love your ring." And I go, oh, thanks, my boyfriend got it for me.
Okay, Josh, what did you think when she said her boyfriend got it for her?
All right, so I was super, super excited, happy, and then it was like getting punched in the guts when she said that. Because then I'm thinking to myself, God, all the good girls are taken. Here I am, you know, in ministry, serving you, flying around the world, working so hard. Like I was doing, 14, 15-hour days. Have I missed the boat? Because all the good girls are taken. And so it was pretty depressing rest of the day for me.
And part of your story, Josh, I know, was there was a family friend that just weeks before had actually told you he would be praying for God to send your person.
Yes, so about a month or two earlier, I was holidaying in France with some friends, and he was my dad's best mate. And my dad's now in heaven. And he said, Josh, it's about time you settled down, dug some deep roots and got married. And I'm thinking to myself, duh, like, of course you think. Anyway, I was just like, yeah, wonderful, thanks for the encouragement. He said, no, I really think it's your time. I'm gonna pray every day until you get married.
What
and
a
then
friend.
I met you within a couple of months.
So it was really sweet. And when he told me that, he was complimenting my ring. And I don't know why I said my boyfriend got it for me. Maybe because quite literally, he is the one that got it for me. But at that time, I was in a relationship that I shouldn't have been in. And then fast forward until the fall, Bishop T.D. Jakes was doing his first ever young adults conference. And I was there filming with some of the speakers. And Josh was there with Planet Shakers. They were one of the bands that was at the conference.
You saw him backstage, remembered him.
I saw him
being here.
backstage, and I was just freaking out because I thought, oh my goodness. Like when you meet someone in a green room once, and it's like if you see them again and you say hi and they don't remember you, it's awkward. Right. But if they do remember you and you don't say hi, then you're rude. Right. So I felt like I couldn't win either way. So I texted Jonathan, and I was like, hey, who's your bald friend in Planet Shakers? What's his name again? He's like, Josh? I was like, yeah. So we ended up saying hi, and he invited me to their concert on Saturday, and I said, I've been working doubles, I'm so busy, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to come. And he's like, oh, well, okay, see you around. And so it was interesting because a couple weeks later, I don't know why this is so random, but I thought I need to be more active and social on Instagram. I'd always look at everything that people post, but I never commented or engaged. And so I said, you know what? The next 10 people that are in my feed, I'm gonna leave a comment on. And so Josh happened to be one of those people, and he was literally in a plane, a different city, a different concert venue. He was traveling the world. And so it was one of those pictures, and I commented, and I was like, my little world traveling friend, you're just in a different place all the time. And then you saw that.
Wait. So, Josh, what did you think when you saw she commented?
I don't know if I can say this on TV.
Yes.
The first thing I thought, I'm very compartmentalized. And so she had been put in the category of my friend's hot little sister. And so you don't mess with your friend's hot little sister. So I just thought, oh, that's my friend's hot little sister. What's she up to? I'll be nice, be the token nice comment, but I'll see what she's up to.
Because you knew she had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So he came back to my Instagram, and I don't know why I did this, but I had posted a picture of Jerusalem, and I said, I'm so excited to be going to Israel in 10 days. He sees that and comments and is like, shut up. I'm going to be going to Israel in 10 days.
What are the chances of that?
Do you want to meet up for coffee in the old city? And I'm thinking to myself, how in the world do I keep running into this guy everywhere I go?
It's because she couldn't stay away. She just had to keep on following me everywhere.
Well, in the meantime, can we jump in and find out where the old flame was?
No, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
You're going to steal the punchline, Mom.
Okay, sorry.
So we find out that we're going to be in Israel at the same time. So I said, sure, I'll go have coffee with you, because that's just too strange not to.
Yes.
And so when we connected on the details, we found out that the day I was flying in was the day he was flying out, and he was going on a European tour with Planet Shakers. And so he was very cheeky, and there was a show back home that I was producing, and I just told him, I really hate that we're gonna miss each other, but I'm producing this show back home. It's like my baby. And his cheeky Australian wit, he said, well, can you not find a babysitter? And I was like, no, I can't find a babysitter for my TV show. So I went to Israel, and then he left on European tour, and we started voice memoing each other. This
And
is
actually,
like,
it was during this time that I was in France at the end of that tour where my friend was like, I'm going to start praying
Yeah.
for you. So God's timing in all of this,
Yeah.
we couldn't have planned it.
yeah.
You know, it's not just God's timing, it's God picking you up from all of the people in the world and bringing you together this way. I mean, it's just amazing how God has done this.
Yeah, so actually, we start voice memoing each other, just chit-chatting, and I come back home, and my dad tells me that we're going to be partnering with another church in Australia, and we're going to be doing their conference, and I have 2 weeks to put it together, and I'm just like so stressed, and our team is around the marketing table thinking of ad campaigns and all this stuff, and someone said, man, I really just wish we knew someone who was Australian that could help us. And I just thought to myself, well, I happen to know somebody. And
Of course you do,
I
honey.
reached out to him, and I said, hey, can I call you? I have some questions I want to ask you about Australia. And I'm sure you were probably thinking, sure you have questions to ask me about Australia. I didn't tell him that he was on speakerphone with like the entire team though. And so that was funny. But we were asking him a bunch of questions, and it was so awkward, you guys, because the phone kept like breaking up. And I was like, can you hear me? Hello? And it was like, we kept having to repeat each other. Ourselves. And so I just said, you know what? I think we're good. Like, thank you so much for your help. And he said, hey, like, I'll call you when I get back to America. And I was like, no, I really think we're good. He's like, no, I'll call you.
Because nobody likes the completely awkward conversation that is so disjointed and broken up. So I was like, when I get back to America, I'll give her a call, 5 minutes, and then it'll all be good.
So he called me when he got back to Nashville. And I say from there, the rest is history, because that phone conversation was like 4 or 5 hours long.
What?
I think it took both of us by surprise.
And I don't talk for that long on the phone. I hung up from that, it was about 3 a.m, and I stared at the ceiling. I remember I stared at the ceiling, and I said out loud, I said, God, what just happened? Like, what is it with this girl? I mean,
Wow.
Yes.
So it was easy for you to break up with that other guy.
Okay, so here's the crazy story.
good question.
I had actually been broken up with him for a really long time. So what Josh told me, actually, he didn't let me know this until we were engaged. We ended up talking and dating for a while, and when we got engaged, he told me the day that he met me, when he was on that couch and I asked if he was Pastor Russell's assistant, he found himself, he went back to his hotel room later that night, and he found himself praying for me, and he just, do you want to share the prayer?
Yeah, I was really depressed. I was still depressed. It was a terrible day.
Yeah.
But I was unpacking my suitcase on the bed, and I was just like, God, all the good girls are taken. Why would I get to meet this incredible girl and then, she's taken, I'm not going to do anything. And then I just started blessing her out loud. I said, God, would you bless her marriage, and would the guy that marries her really cherish her and love her, and would they just have a phenomenal marriage, and God, I just bless her. And then the next thing out of my mouth, I said, why the heck am I praying for this girl? Like, why do I care? I need to go to sleep. I'm really tired. I'm really depressed. And that was it.
So he told me that, he's like, I prayed that prayer. So I got curious, and I went to the guest coordinators, and I looked up when Pastor Russell came, the first time that I met him, and found out that 3 days after Josh prayed that prayer, I finally had the courage and confidence to end that relationship that I shouldn't have been in.
Wow.
So I told Josh, you cursed me. And he's like, no, actually, I blessed you.
No, that's
But
right. He
I really
blessed you.
I
did
blessed
feel
you.
like that prayer did something in the spirit, and it was wild, because it was like, why was God continuing to bring us together and then pull us apart and bring us together? It was almost like we kept just like intersecting, but it wasn't quite the right
It was
time.
a dance.
It was a dance, but by the time that we really did, it had been so long. It had been over a year since that relationship had been over. So I was healed and whole and ready for all that God.
Because you weren't ready for me at all.
Probably not.
God had to get you ready. Actually, God had to get me ready, Joni. I wasn't ready for this beautiful bombshell.
Yeah, well, and you have to tell the other part of the story that I love so much. Your dad who is with Jesus, and your dad who's with Jesus, they're probably up there doing their own dance and working for the Lord and helping us down here. But he passed away, but before he did, he would watch Christian television.
It's incredible what you remember at random moments, like that prayer. I forgot all about that prayer. And then when I remembered, I told Rachel. My dad, I remember coming home, so I was living in America and I was commuting back to Australia as much as possible because he was really sick.
Your dad was an attorney.
He was an attorney and became a pastor.
Became a pastor, yeah.
And so he was battling cancer for many years, and on one of the trips that I went back, Mum had got a special satellite dish in Australia and got these people to connect to a satellite that could get Christian television. Because back then, there wasn't much of that in Australia. And Dad made a comment about this awesome young couple that he loved watching. It was very family. And he was describing Marcus and Joni, but I never knew that.
Wow.
And he talked about how they had their kids, you know, and all of that, and how much it blessed him. And of course, that went over my head until I found out that Daystar was on that. And it would have been Daystar that Dad was watching.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so we never got to meet Josh's dad, but he got to meet all of us. And
That's
so
true.
that
That's so
was
cool.
really special.
That's so cool. Now, y'all, you ended up coming to meet the family. I'll never forget, you had red tennis shoes on.
Lord help us with those red tennis
Rachel
shoes.
doesn't like the colour red. I didn't know that back then.
Red tennis shoes on.
Bright red tennis shoes.
But
They were cool, huh?
But
Love, he
everyone,
was walking in love.
there we go. Everyone, the family really liked Josh, you know, when we met him.
Yeah, I remember we had to meet at some point because we had been talking so much like on the phone and voice memoing and all of that. And so I just thought, well, if I'm gonna meet him, like I'd prefer it just like, let's just go all in and you come to like the last few days of family vacation. Because then if like he's awkward or like not working out, then he can just hang out with my
Look
brother.
at Josh. Josh is like, you don't know how hard that was.
And when she said that to me, I was like, let me think about that.
I didn't tell you that.
Family vacation means family vacation.
Well, yeah, I did ask you on family. Well, I asked you first.
Yeah.
And what did you do when I asked you? Who did
I
you
went
call?
and asked the family, would it be okay? And Jonathan immediately said, oh yeah, he's a great guy. And then
And can I tell you that my brother has never liked any of the guys I've dated? So when you heard that, you knew like, wow, this.
And so we were just so thrilled because you as parents, like you know when your kids are on the right track.
Right.
And we knew Rachel loved God, but we knew that she was not with the person that she was supposed to be with. And so we were praying, and your dad was always like, oh, trust me, she's not gonna marry him. She's gonna, you know, and I'd be like, Jesus, you know. But keep praying for those kids, and because God hears that. So, so let's go fast forward. You guys, what? You decide to propose.
Yes.
And
with your help, we came up with a great plan.
oh, that's
So-
right. Well, you did go to a wedding together.
That was our first date.
That was the first date. Yeah.
He came on family vacation, and that was good. And then afterwards, he's like, hey, I'll come to Florida with you for a few days, and then would you fly back and be my date to this wedding in Nashville? And I just thought, oh my goodness, what happens if family vacation's terrible and then I'm locked into Nashville? But I was just like, I asked you, and you're like, you should do it. And I'm just like, okay, I guess
I'm like,
doing
this is
it.
a Jesus guy. Yes, yes,
Go
yes.
for it.
So, what were you thinking when you, for family vacation? To be honest, don't say what I want to hear. And what were you thinking of the wedding? Is when she went with you to the wedding?
I was absolutely probably terrified of
Exactly.
the
That's
thought
what I
of
would
going to meet this family. And then, of course, you know, because of your profile and all that, I'm thinking, well, what if they're different off camera as they are on camera? And then how's that going to affect you? Because I don't want to be like, hey, your parents are weird, you know, this isn't going to work out. Because, you know, there are all those thoughts. And so I remember I had to fly from Nashville to Atlanta, then down to Florida. And I'm standing in front of the gate, and I have my boarding pass, and I look at the gate, and I look back at my boarding pass, and I said to myself, I'm either crazy, and this is going to be one of those horrendous stories that I can tell for the rest of my life, or this is going to be the best decision of my life. But if I don't get on this plane, I can just say I missed the flight, and then, you know, we can do something less than family vacation. And I said, God, am I an idiot doing this, or is this a good thing? And I just felt God say, you know, just go for it.
Yeah.
And so I got on that plane, and I was scared, Joni, but the cool thing was, like, you guys are just normal. It's just like being in Australia. We sit around the kitchen table, have dinner,
we play
have fun,
games.
play card games. Yeah, it's just normal.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, like, this was kind of way better than what I was expecting. Great girl and a great family.
Well, and then, of course, began the endless phone calls where I would hear this Australian voice throughout my house for the days that would ensue. And, of course, you ended up proposing, had a beautiful wedding. In fact, we should put the link up if you want to go see the wedding. It's really beautiful. And we got to get to the kids, like the grandkids. That to me, we got to have a few minutes to tell about what happened when these two came together. So tell us about Judah Brave and Noah Wells.
Yeah, so we are the parents of two. We knew there was a time where we wanted to become parents, but it just never felt like the right time. We were always busy and working and doing all the things.
So you were married for several years before you got pregnant.
And I remember the Lord spoke to me so clearly one day, and he said, I've come to give you life and life more abundantly. And nowhere in there does that say anything about being tired, exhausted, stressed out, overworked. And he told me, Rachel, if you do less, I can do more in your life. So it took a little bit to relearn some kind of like bad patterns that I had gotten.
And have some boundaries.
Just have boundaries, better work-life, family balance. And Josh is so patient with me through that process. And so we eventually got pregnant, and he was a surprise home birth. We planned on having him naturally, but at the birthing center. But by the time I realized I was in labor, it was too late.
Joni, she was refusing to be in labor. She's literally, I don't know how many centimeters, we don't need to say anything more than that. And she's planning on getting her nails done. She's like, no, I can still get to the nail salon. It opens in 1 hour.
She told me that. She said, Mom, I can't have the baby till I get my nails done.
Well, my nails were like really long, and it was just, I remember my doula told me, like, you can do that, but you just make sure to wear a diaper. And I was like, a diaper? Why would I wear a diaper to the nail salon? She's like, in case your water breaks. And I was clearly naive and knew nothing about having babies or kids at that point. And so I never ended up making it to the nail salon, because when Judah decided to come, it was fast and furious. And
I was there, and it was so interesting because he was just about ready to be born. And Josh, of course, is going to help catch the baby. And he says, I'm going to go wash my hands. She's like, no, come down. He was right
I nearly missed him.
And Judah came. Judah showed up. And then a few years later, you got pregnant with Noah.
Yes. So he's like almost 6 months old now. So so.
And you worked up until the day you had him, because I remember we were here at this table.
She was in labor on the table,
literally in labor doing shows.
So, fun fact for all of you Daystar viewers, if you go back and watch the David and Nicole Benyon shows, I was in labor with Noah, and I'll never forget, like, I'd be like, going like this, like, oh, camera, don't come to me, because I would be having a contraction. And when the contractions weren't there, it was fine. But yeah, I did 4 shows that day, had lunch with the guest, and then went home and
had the baby.
Had the baby.
Had the baby. That's the way you do it. I'm telling you. So, you know, Josh, you can really see the hand of the Lord so much in bringing you guys together. And the one common denominator you have, not only do you come from a heritage of a Christian home, both of you, but you both have your own deeply personal relationship with God. Everything hasn't been perfect. It wasn't easy, you know, to see your father graduate. And you'd like for him to still be here, I know. But you know you'll see him again. Same for you, Rachel. But how important is it for those that are watching? We've had fun talking about all this, but how important is it that they have a personal relationship with Jesus? And if you just take a moment and speak to the camera.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Bible talks about how in this life we're not guaranteed all happiness. And it's not a matter of if, but when trouble comes. We all get dealt cards that maybe we didn't ask for, we didn't invite, and we had no control over. But God always promises to walk through life with us. And the importance of having a relationship with God is that you're never alone. So I was single for 30-something years, and I thought I'd missed, you know, the one, and that maybe, you know, it was just never going to happen for me. But in that, my relationship with God was able to get me through those really lonely times. And then also when we're married, you know, we've seen our fair share of uninvited situations that we got to deal with. And that same God is there to walk through those valleys with us. So having a relationship with God is really, you're never alone, and you're not stuck out there by yourself, and that you have a partner to do life with. And the Holy Spirit is the best friend, the best helper. The Bible refers to Holy Spirit as the helper. And so, Joni, when you need help, you can call upon the name of the Lord and you can be saved.
Yes.
So you never have to wonder, you never have to allow fear, pressure, anxiety, depression to get a hold of you, because when you know that you've got God with you, when you're on God's side, you're unstoppable.
You know, and that's the thing about it. God gives us a free will and a free choice, but he did the hard part.
Yes.
He died on the cross for our sins. And, you know, that John 3:16 that we all know, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes on him will not perish, but have everlasting life. And it is our hope and prayer today that you will pray that prayer. And all you have to do is just say, Jesus, come into my heart. Forgive me of my sins. Be Lord of my life. I want to know you. I want to have a personal relationship with you. And he'll come in and he'll transform your life. He's done that for all of us here at the table. He loves you so much. I say this all the time, but I really feel it in my heart today that there's some of you, you have tried to do life alone. And that is a very, horrible place to be in, to try to make your own decisions and without being connected to the one who created you, or to try to do a job or a marriage or be a father or mother, whatever, without God. I can't imagine that. So that's why I'm encouraging you today. You've tried everything else. Try inviting Jesus into your heart today. I'm telling you, it will change your life forever. And I'm telling you, he wants to be involved in your life. He wants an intimate relationship with you more than you could even imagine. So let us know if you prayed that prayer. And if you invited Jesus in, we'd love to send you a free book entitled, Now What? And What Do I Do? And again, it's no accident that you're watching. You started watching because Rachel's so pretty.
Aww.
And but you kept watching. And there's a reason why, because God has his hand on your life and he's calling you home. This life is just a stepping stone to the life to come. Eternity is a long time. And I want to make sure, and all of us here want to make sure that you're ready to meet the Lord. Closing thought, Josh, for people who may have just prayed that prayer.
Hey, the best life is just about to begin, because you've got a teammate for life. And, Jesus is the center of our relationship. We have a great relationship because of that.
Yeah. And it's not just Josh and Rachel, it's Josh and Rachel and God together.
Yes, and I want to say as well, like, God is the best writer of your love story. And for people that are single or waiting, like maybe Joshua is, I just want to encourage you to keep waiting, because it might not be in your time or how you thought or what you expected, but I promise if you trust the Lord, he's going to bring that special person to you in the right timing. And we always say, like, the good is the biggest enemy for the best. Do not settle for good when God wants someone out there that's great for you.
That's a good word. And if you want us to pray with you about that, and you're believing God to, to meet that person, just call us and let us pray with you, and we would love to do that. We'd be honored to pray with you about that. Well, we're out of time, and I want you to remember that God will bring your dream into reality when you walk in his will. You may not understand the path, but he is taking you to a bigger future than you could have ever imagined. I want to tell you, those of you that invite Jesus in and say, be Lord of my life, forgive me, I want to connect to the one who created me, everything changes, and you're going to be amazed at what God's going to do. If you're watching today and you're still believing for a dream, or maybe you or a loved one haven't, again, surrendered to God's will, that's why that toll-free number is on the screen. If you prayed that prayer, or if you need us to pray with you, we have prayer partners that are standing by, always ready to pray with you. I want to thank Josh and Rachel for sharing their love story that's touched your life. Let us know. Leave us a comment on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. I want to thank you so much for watching. And thank you, ladies. Was that a good love story?
Oh, it was lovely.
It's a pretty love story it was. Thank you guys for sharing. Rachel, thank you for sharing your story. Rachel is on the table with me all the time, and you'll, of course, see Josh. He's involved in music and so many different parts of Daystar, and what a blessing he is as well. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for today.